We all want to make sense out of life. We ask big questions and we want believable answers. Those of us who believe in God wonder, why doesn't God prevent pointless pain, unnecessary suffering, genuine evil? If God is so loving and so powerful, why is there so much needless heartache in the world? Recent surveys show that 1 out of every 5 American women or girls will be sexually abused. Around the world, there are some countries in which half of women and girls are the victims of sexual abuse. My friend Carla works with those kinds of victims. If God cares so much about us, why doesn't God stop sexual abuse? My friend Andy and his family have gone through some difficult times. A friend took the family money and disappeared. They're in financial ruin. Why doesn't God help those of us who go through financial difficulty? Doesn't God care about the poor? Michael is a victim of racism. Because of the color of his skin, people treat him wrongly. He's alienated. Doesn't God care about racism? Or is God only about maintaining the status quo? Debbie has gone through several miscarriages. It's been painful for her, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And yet people have said that somehow her miscarriages were a part of God's blueprint for her life. Really? And then there's Valerie. Her father and my friend suffered from depression. And not long ago, he shot himself. Was suicide somehow a part of God's master plan for his life? Why can't God stop suicide, end depression, heal the kind of illnesses that are so difficult for so many? You, me, our family, our friends, we all deal with needless suffering. A lot of awful experiences don't make the world a better place. And when you ask people why this is, some people say, well, it's just a mystery. God's ways are not our ways, they say. I don't find that to be a satisfying answer. Other people say, well, I just know God's in control. But is this the kind of world you would expect of a God who is allegedly in control? I don't think so. Besides, being in control means that at least sometimes you have to be controlling. And are controlling parents, controlling bosses, controlling boyfriends really our best examples of what love looks like? I don't think so. Maybe it's time we start taking seriously not only the central biblical idea that God is love, but the possibility that God's love is inherently uncontrolling. And maybe if God is always uncontrolling, we can start to make sense of good and evil, chance, purpose, what God is doing in the world, and how we ought to live our lives well. Maybe we should start to believe in and cooperate with the uncontrolling love of God.